think I lost track of my days. My 73.1. Am I working on 73 or say 74, ain't it? Day 74. I think yesterday was 73. 74.1. Pretty sure I got these days backwards. I don't think I updated my title today. So, where am I? I was asking I was asking Copilot. I asked Copilot the little questions, the things it can answer. And the question I asked it here was, for football, what is the average time it takes for the players to get back to the huddle? And it's longer than I thought, actually. I thought it was like 5 seconds. I guess I give players too much credit for hustle. It's like 10 to 15 seconds. And the reason I wondered is because it's like, I want the game to have a fair amount of realism for, you know, how the play feels when you're going through it. And so that means you aren't going to get, there's 40 seconds playtime in the, there's 40 seconds between plays, right? That's the NFL's rules, 40 seconds. And I mean, assuming there's no timeouts or anything like that. But that means you also have about 10 to 15 seconds. So I'm going to have to make some judgment calls. Like maybe if there's if somebody calls a deep play, then maybe it's 15 seconds. Or if they call, a short play, it's 10. And then I'm maybe somewhere in the middle. I just kind of adjust the time that it takes for the players to all get back to the huddle. Now, ideally, I can set it up where you only have whatever your selection time is, right? So it takes time to get back to the huddle. The quarterback gets his play. He comes in. He calls the play. So you can't really save 10 to 15 seconds. That's just not allowed. If a no huddle offense, it still probably takes 10 to 15 seconds to get a playoff. Now, if you really think about it, how long does it usually take? If somebody's doing the 2-minute warning and they're doing no huddle offense, they might get a playoff in 4 to 6 seconds if it's a short play, but they're going to probably get close to 10 seconds. And they're pushing their luck. In fact, I think I heard somewhere that it's like 12 to 13 seconds to be able to run a play, get everybody to the line of scrimmage, and snap it. Now, in theory, you're going to snap it and throw it down if you're in that big of a hurry. You're doing it to try to get to a field goal. But you could technically call a play. So the question is, what do I do in my game? Like, say you're doing 2 minutes and you're trying to get a play off. I think I want it to burn kind of consistently. So I may actually have it be that you've only got so much time because the players have to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, I will have them get back in probably no time. I mean, there isn't technically, but I might have them either move back and run at certain speeds, or maybe I will do something where wherever the players are, they have to move back to the huddle or to the line of scrimmage and literally count that time as them coming together. And you get to pick your play, but you can't really give them that play until they've all gotten back to the line of scrimmage. It'd be kind of cool if I could do something like if you're doing a no huddle, or you call like a no huddle play, like if I can work that out, all your guys just go to their place on the field and actually have the quarterback going, ha, ha, ha. Just having it go like he's calling the play. It'd be kind of cool if I just had him call the play. Pistol 41, go, and just kind of have it be the sound effects of the game. I think that'd be kind of fun. I might, I don't think that would be too big of a deal. I think mostly the hardest parts isn't the audio. It's moving players to and from the line of scrimmage. And again, that's going to come down to what I'm able to do. I am visualizing coolness in my head, and I know it's possible. It's not like these players don't move around on the field. But I really kind of like the idea of being able to have that realism in the play. Now I can maybe accelerate some stuff, but I think what I would do is if you want to play it on a faster mode, players will move faster, but the clock will move faster. So you're still burning the 10 to 15 seconds. They're just going faster. And then you've got your time to call the play, which is always going to be about the same. Because, you know, humans are humans. They pick their play. But I don't want to... You're not getting endless time. I've seen some of these simulations, too, that I've seen. The football simulators. They don't have a clock that's running on you while you're picking your play. The clock doesn't run until you snap the ball or whatever, and then it might just take time off. I don't know what it does, but when you're picking your own plays, it just, the clock doesn't move. I'm like, what the heck? What kind of game is that? It's not how football works. You don't get to have endless amount of time to pick your plays. So yeah, we're not doing that. I'm going for realism, man. You're gonna have a game that makes you feel like you're playing football. You actually got the time matters. So, anyway, that's the plan. Anyways, I was going to put this in here. Initial game state CJSON create. Year to allow for using different year rules for initial game state. The simulator will have to be updated to pull the default game state data from the database rather than hard-coded. So yeah, that's the next thing I'm trying to work on, getting the simulator kind of to see that. It's 9 o'clock. Hopefully within the next hour I can get the simulator to go green. But I've got a number of things that need to get done, so it's a lot of parts and pieces to doing this. And how much of it is green now? 1. I've got the gRPC handler. So yeah, it's going to be tough. Plus I'm adding this feature here. So yeah, I've got a lot of things going here. I'm really trying to get a lot of parts functioning at once. So we're getting close. Once I get the simulator done, I don't even know what functions. I don't think simulator is going to function at all, to be honest. I mean, it'll probably get going, but I think there's a good chance that it will not run correctly because I don't have that kind of confidence in it. I do have the code there, but it hasn't been play tested at all, so there's a good chance that it's not going to be ready. What do I want here? I want user account and simulator. It would be cool if I can get all these things to simulator to function, but we will see. Wait, group track running services channel. Initial grace will shut down. If that's all it is to running this, it's going to be really easy. Do I need to add anything to the Go work? Oh, yep. Streamer user account simulator is already there. Nice. Already present. I even have things that I haven't got on there yet. Whoa. And this is set up to be pretty generic, so yeah, we should be good. All right. First update the game state, types.go. So we're going to add the year. Create the seed file. Sure, we'll have... I don't know, did they change any rules last year? I'll probably have to say 2024. And I'm just going to always take the latest game state. Let's go ahead and create a seed data for this. New file. I'm going to call it game state seed.json. Now these are not the correct seeds, but I'll update those in a minute. Okay, so AI does take liberties. It's like, oh, you don't want this. Your numbers are all weird because it doesn't know how I'm doing my processing. But like yards to go is yards to... Okay, so the way I do all my math calculations on here is a field is 100 yards. So your distance is 100 yards, assuming you start from the 1 or the 1 yard line. It's actually 99 yards. It's probably the most you'll ever have to go, right? Technically. Then you got yards to first down, which is 10 by default. It's going to be 10. Minutes and a half is 15. Minutes in game is 30. That's standard starting point. Score differential is going to be 0, which I don't really technically have. That's not a standard thing. I may have to change this for some of these stats. Current quarter, yes, it's going to be the current yard line. Now the current yard line to start is the 20 because it's prior to you being kicked, but that's not how, I don't even know if I track the yard line, to be honest, because that's not how the code works. I have yards to go and everything functions off of that, but that's something that's stuck in there. Init play clock time is 40 and that's just for display. But when the game is in process, what I'll probably have to do is figure out how to pace the game so the clock moves, that you got 15 seconds between, huddle up and play call. And then play call takes another, 5 to 10 seconds. And then I have to get everybody out to the line, which probably takes another 5 seconds. And then you got time for snap. So what is it? So it's 15 and it takes you 10 seconds. That's 25 plus another 5 or so at least to get everybody out to their positions. That's 30. And then it kind of depends on your play call. Probably takes another 5 seconds to snap it. So that's about 35 seconds, right, out of 40. So we're getting pretty close to the 40-second clock. Now, things can be hindered and delayed and stuff can happen. But and I'll probably have to play with that, figure out some numbers on that, just to get a good feel for how plays are executing. And in that time, how much time do you have to pick your play? And that's pretty much after the 10 to 15 seconds. And you're the one who's going to drive how much time you have. And it's going to take 5 seconds to get everybody to the line. I think typically 4 seconds isn't enough to get everybody to the line. So, yeah, that's my opinion anyway. What else we got? Store.go. All right, so update store.go. And what do we got? So we got 3636 game states. Game states loaded. Why do I have formations? I don't think I need formations. What the heck do I have formations in? I don't have formations in the simulator. Get rid of that. Get rid of that nonsense, man. Who needs that? I don't even know. Is formations even on here anymore? No, I think I dumped it. Okay, I did. That's dead code. All right, so then we have to have the simulate store. Wait a minute. Don't I already have that? Simulator store. Yeah, I have simulate store right here. I definitely don't need it in two places. It's weird that it doesn't know that I have it here already. I figure that's a good singular spot to put that in. All right, so we got put in the new store, and we're going to go ahead and put it down on the initial, put it down to here. Get initialize in there, and then we have initialize game state. I don't even say loads game states. Get initial game state. Do I have, oh, I do have created indexes. All right. What else we got here? Create indexes, which is going to be what, bigger? Create indexes. Adding some extra stuff for the year, really? I'm not going to have that many game states. Having an index on the year is going to be kind of pointless. I mean, there's going to be like 5 entries in this table. If that. I mean, there's only going to be 1 to start, or 2 maybe. I'll have to think about what the 20, if I could even find the old rules. I'm sure somewhere I can, but... So we need a message for simulator start game state request. I'm going to go up to my common API simulator start game response. Simulator start game request. Simulator start game request. Right, okay, so update the start game method and service.go. So it's the entire thing, okay. So we're going to go over to my service.go here. And we're going to go to start game. which is probably somewhere. Okay, game state, add team. Start game. Okay, so start game is using those defaults. I want to use the most current year game state as the default. No hard coded values. How's it going to do the default? Probably, let's see, how will it do it? Must be some kind of a selection method. So we got game state status. So if they pass it in active, game state status equals active, updated at, save game state. Where is it picking the game state at? I don't see where it's putting in a filter for the right game state. Huh. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. I understand that this is, you know, trying to provide an initial game state, but if we fail the database, the initial, this is not going to matter. There's too many things that have to, if the database ain't working, we don't want to be trying to work with dummy hard-coded values anyway. I mean, the database is going to be a problem. Database has to be available. That's just the way games work. You know, you got to have your source. If that don't work, then blah. That's all I got to say. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I can't do that. We're gonna have to blow up. So we're not gonna do this. It's kind of funny though. Get year from request, defaulting to current year if not specified. That's not right. No, I don't want to default to current year. I want to default to the most current year. Want to default to the most current year. Not the current year. Or rather, the max year value of game states. Also, no point in creating a hard-coded fallback if the database fails to load. A game won't run anyway. As it will require the DB to be available. So, a simple error message failure. Oh my gosh. Did it do the wrong thing again? I think it did the wrong thing again. I want to see what it did for a year. Active, game state, active, initial state. State status, ready, success. Get the most recent year's game state from the database. No. Hey, it's Holly. It's Holly today? Who's Holly today? Holy today? Google it. Is it holy like it's been blessed? It's a holy day? But that's Holy. All right. Yeah. let's try this again. The game state to use by default is the one with the max year value. I have to keep rewording this. It doesn't know what I'm saying. And I'm trying to figure out. Google the term Holly. Why? What is it? You can get me in trouble? Is it going to be something I don't want showing on my stream? Holy day in many states of India with religion holidays in other countries. It is a cultural celebration that gives Hindus and non-Hindus alike an opportunity to have fun banter with other people by throwing colored water and powder at each other. Colored water and powder. That's interesting. It's a holy day, haha. Also celebrates the arrival of spring in India, the end of winter, and the blossoming of love. It is also invocation for a good spring harvest season. It lasts for a night and a day, starting on the evening of Purnima, falling on the Hindu calendar month of Falguna, which falls around the middle of March. Ah, very cool. It sounds like a kind of a fun day, huh? So unlike St. Patrick's Day, if you don't wear green and get pinched, you can have color thrown on you, including green. St. Patrick's Day is what, March 2nd? Yeah, I'd imagine it's probably a pretty fun holiday. Everybody wants to celebrate that one. See, no, but if that's not going to work, get the latest. All right. I think we have to actually look at the year value and get the max value, because it is possible that a game state for a previous year could be added to the system at a later time, and that would make it the latest game state, but not the max year. Huh. Wow. Well, you mean you folks like Christians. It's not an American holiday. Those are Christian holidays. I'm Christian, so sure. But those are pretty big. Then if they're compared to Christmas and Easter, because those are like about as big as they get for Christians. I mean, yeah, here in the U.S. we celebrate Christmas pretty heavily. Easter, unless you're Christian, probably not as much. But Christmas has kind of become a national holiday, but it's really a Christian holiday. TypeScript porting to Go. You mean like converting TypeScript? Well, I'm doing it partially. I mean, it's JavaScript. It's not quite TypeScript because it doesn't have the hard-coded typing like Angular does. React is it's not technically TypeScript, but it's it's a non-type specific JavaScript. Angular is TypeScript, but either way, I mean, it can be done, right? Because my run game, I wrote the whole run game POC in React, which is JavaScript, and I ported it to my run game here to Go. But I mean, I got some assistance from AI to do it. But now, does it function? I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet because I'm doing a lot more than just porting it. I'm plugging all the parts in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I moved React over to. That's why you moved my React code over to Go. And Go is pretty dang efficient from the comparisons and videos I've seen. Go is pretty amazing, really, how fast and efficient it is. Do I think it's a good idea? I guess it depends on the overhead and what you're gaining from it. So you write TypeScript. It relies on some Go code in its implementation, and that makes things go boom on the computer. Well, I don't know if that's true. My JavaScript relies on Go in the back end, but I mean, if you're doing it on the front end, I've never worked with Go on the front end. I don't know that. I guess it's possible. I don't think that's typically what it's used for. Nah, I wouldn't go to ASM. Go is probably better. Honestly, I don't know a whole ton about ASM. I mean, but I haven't heard great things. I haven't heard enough to validate the reasons for going to ASM, but having not actually coded in it, I can't say firsthand. And I haven't done much studies on ASM, but from what I have heard, I think Go is better. And if things don't work, it's because it's not implemented correctly. It's not because it doesn't function. But again, I don't know about Go on the front end. If you're talking about replacing it with Go in the front end as your front end language, that is not what I'm normally hearing people use with Go. It's not. Go is typically a back-end language, but people might try different things. If he's a TypeScript programmer, why is he converting it to Go? He must be a Go programmer, or he's a TypeScript programmer who wishes he was a Go programmer. I don't know. But Go is a good language. A lot of people. I don't know. TypeScript is, I don't know. I think it's overly complicated, to be honest. I don't think it needs to be what it is. I think it makes things more complicated than it needs to be. And I mean, it's good. It's a very safe language because you're forcing the types, but I think it's overkill. I think most people put type in anyway. I think a lot of things are written kind of like TypeScript. It's just not forced. But, you know, again, everybody's got their own thing, and I haven't used enough languages and tested them to be able to say I'm an absolute expert. But from what my understanding, yeah, I don't think that's the. This is start game, not run game. All right, let's see if this guy did it right this time. Does that work? Why would it give the max year? I don't understand why the default. Why is the default the max year? I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. All right, I'm going to ask a different question. I'm pretty sure it's wrong. Unless there's something I'm missing here. Try to find game state for a specific year. Get the game state with max year value. All right, looking for initial game state implementation. It's already correctly set up to handle this logic. Ops, find one, set sort, key, year value. Okay, so this is doing it here. Get initial game state. And where's it getting that from? Get initial game state. I don't even know where that is. Must be in store. All right, get initial game state. No, that's initialized game state. That's different. Currently, I'm just using Visual Studio and VS Code. The debugger, I use the debuggers that are built into those IDEs. And of course, other tools might be like I use the inspect on the actual UI on the web parts, but I typically just use the debuggers that are built into the IDEs. But I'll tell you what, the VS Code debugger for the React, sucks. It doesn't work. It's crap. I cannot get for the life of me. I had it working one time and then it broke. I don't even know why. It just said you can't. It said it had this. What did it say? You had this previous state opened, and there was nothing out there. Google, YouTube, every search and documentation I could find in the world, and of course all the AIs. None of them knew how to fix the problem. They go, "Oh, this is a common issue with VS Code. Just do this." It didn't do anything. I couldn't fix it. I go to Visual Studio 22, and do my. That's why I always use my. That's why I always use Visual Studio for my web development, because the debugger is flawless here. I can put a break anywhere I want. It breaks. I can walk through it. It's perfect. I got it going in like 5 minutes. No issues. It works. So Visual Studio 22 is the best debugger between VS Code and Visual and that. But the thing is, I've never tried to run a Go application in Visual Studio. So I don't know how well it would debug Go here. I've never tried. But I have managed to get Go debugging here on VS Code a couple of times. Honestly, a lot of what I'm doing in VS Code is fix the errors, and it works in Go. And I can usually make do with the other problems. I can figure it out. But that's partly because I haven't gotten to any real algorithmic programming yet. And that's usually where I really need to step through code and do some debugging at a step-through process. So then and that's going to happen a lot when I start getting into my simulator logic and my run play logic. I'm going to have to start stepping through code a lot more on the back end. So I guess that's when we'll really find out how good the VS Code debugger is. But I really struggled with getting it going for React. So we'll see. But Visual Studio 22, it's worked great for the stuff I've used it for. I've been using Visual Studio for all my coding. I can debug pretty much anything that I've used before. C#, it's an awesome debugger. Visual Basic, it was great. Pat, who uses Visual Basic anymore, but it works. Of course, .NET programming, HTML programming, JavaScript work, or React, all work great. Yeah. You are so right. I am not going to argue that at all. I even have it on my ClickUp. Add automated unit testing. And the thing is, the worst part about it is, I picked Go for two reasons. One, it's the most popular backend for a lot of mobile games. Two, it's got its own built-in automated unit testing structure. It's designed for a built-in unit testing, automated testing, test cases, and all that crap. And I still haven't done it. I keep telling myself, as soon as I get the basics down, I'll start implementing it. Once I get like everything, just kind of the basic underlying infrastructure, before I really get into the meat of the app. But honestly, I'm getting a lot of the underlying stuff done. And I have to start asking myself, what's the meat of the app? Where am I trying to go to set that line? And you're right. I haven't done it. And here's kind of part of the problem. Here's part of the problem. It's your fault. Not you specifically, but you, the people who might be watching me stream. I gotta believe, and I've been told this even. Watching coding is like watching paint dry. For some people, it's kind of interesting, and maybe I'm kind of sort of not the worst, most boring person. I don't know, maybe. But that only goes so far. People want to see the game being developed. They want to see gamey stuff happening on the screen. And adding all the testing crap on the back end is going to keep me away from doing front-end work. And so that's why I try to mix in front-end work in almost every one of my sprints. I try to get stuff going where I'm working on getting UI stuff fixed. So it's just like I'm not going too long without getting visual stuff done. Excuse me. And you're right. I need to have testing in there. So slap my hand. I will do it. Trust me, I know how important it is. I actually think it's really cool. I think having automated unit tests running is like one of the coolest things you can do to an app. And just having it go through and test stuff. But you're right. I wish, honestly, let me get Simulator running. And I'll make it a priority to start putting some testing in. I need to start getting to where I got like, at least, I'd like to get 80 to 90% code coverage. I would love to get 80 to 90% code coverage, especially on the back end. And what do you mean proper debugging tools? What do you mean, what's a proper debugging tool? Visual Studio is an awesome debugging tool. I thank you very much. I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, test cases and unit testing, automated unit testing. Now, I usually am. I don't know what the Go has built-in automated unit testing, which I'll probably do. React uses some weird language, and that's another reason why I was kind of hesitant. It uses, is it Playwright? No, it's is it Jinx? I forgot what it's called. It starts with a J, I think. Not Jira. What's it called? It's the most common testing platform for React, and I tried to set it up once and it broke my application. And so I've been afraid to set it up again because it doesn't work with Webpack or something very well. So I was afraid it was going to break my app again. So I've been a little hesitant to put unit testing in my React app, and there's no excuse for Go. I mean, I probably could get that one going if I would just do it. But, you know, we'll get there. It'll happen. You know, my app is, I want to say it's a year minimum from having any kind of, you know, honestly, I think it could be sooner. But I want to say it's a year. The way things are going pretty dang fast right now, I say it could be sooner, but I don't want to make any promises because developing a game is a multi-year project. A good game with good graphics or decent graphics is a multi-year project. And I think that the React version of my app could be done or very close to done in 6 to 8 months. The in-depth graphic Unity part, the application for the Android, is probably another 6 months after that minimum. Because I don't know, I have to get into Unity before I can even guess to me. Even with the help of AI, I don't know if I'm going to get very far in it. I'm pretty nervous, to be honest. I am intimidated by Unity and doing the graphics parts. And it is the most important part of the game. I mean, people won't play a game that's ugly to look at. Well, I guess if I say that, that would be the case for most of these football managers. They're pretty ugly to look at. They just tables and tables of data and terrible graphics. But, you know, they're neat. The good ones are neat. Not neat like cool, but neat like clean. But they're not entertaining to look at. There's nothing eye-catching about most of them. Just, you get to look through a bunch of numbers. You have to be what do they call it? A number geek, a number nerd, what you want to call it. I'm not. I like numbers and messing with stuff like that, but not so much that I like just staring at pages of data, unless I'm creating formulas or something out of it. But consider my hand slapped. I will get to it. I promise. It'll happen. I just got to figure out how to do it without making my streams boring. Any more boring than they are now. Hey, look, if I was gaining 1 or 2 or 3 viewers a week, then I'd be like, hey, I'm getting momentum. People are liking they don't mind the coding. But I'm getting 1 or 2 or 3 viewers a month. So at my current pace, I'll have 70 or 80 viewers by the end of the year, and that's like, it's not going to do it. It's just not going to. I got to figure out a way to go better and faster. I got to get moving on my advertisings. Come and watch me code, man. It's not as bad as watching paint dry. That's what I should say. I should put come watch me code. It's not really like watching paint dry. That'll be my title. I'll put it up. That'll be my username. Not like watching paint dry. And people will be like, huh? Let's go check out this thing just because it's a crazy name. And then people will come on and go, yeah, it's kind of like watching paint dry. I'll be like, well, I didn't think so. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'm trying to find get Get initial game state. Okay, here it is. How did it change? Okay, so get the game state with max year value. Find one, set sort, max value, and one key. Error as game state, find one. Decode stats. No initial game states found. Well, let's hope that's not the case. Ops. Oh, okay, so we're sorting, and -1 probably means descending, and that's why it gets 0. Okay, I did not know that. I mean, it's not this I didn't know. I did not notice that I had done that. I guess this is what I get for not knowing. I don't always know what I'm coding. Okay, so it's sorting by key, which means when it's up here and getting the 0 index, then the 0 index is going to be the first one, which is going to be the max. So when I kept telling it, hey, you don't know what you're talking about, it's like, yes, I do. It's like, no, you don't. Yes, I do. And then I go, oh, you do. Never mind. It's a good thing computer AI right now hasn't gotten to the point where it's like, look, idiot. I know what I'm doing, man. I may not always, but I do most of the time. When they start giving AI attitude, people are going to start throwing their computers and out the window. My AI was smart enough with me, so I threw my computer out the window. All right, what the heck? Did I say service.go? Function in service.go. Start game. I'm in service.go. Where did it go? There it is. Stupid thing. All right, well, now that I know that I don't know what I'm talking about, now that I've effectively proven myself wrong, all right. All right, so we got, we still don't have this guy doing everything I want. So let's go see what main.go's problem is. It's only got one problem. What's the problem? dbconfig. Create a MongoDB store with dbconfig, which is, can I use dbconfig variable as string value and argument to new store? Why not? Oh, nope, that's not going to work. Nope, nope, nope. All right, so that's just written wrong. That's the problem with that. Let's go to new store. Let's see. Why does this one have? That's weird. So we got main.go there and main.go here. dbconfig, context, background. Do we have different imports? Context log, net, common, gRPC, main. All right, we're going to get rid of this. Because we want this. URI config dot, what am I on, streamer? from the URI. Okay. But that's not the problem. We need to figure out why this one is not working. Here, new store, context, background, DB. Why is this not working? Because it's exactly. All right, something is way weird because this is the exact same code. What am I missing here? All right, gonna have to ask the AI. Dang it, I hate having to ask the AI for everything. But it says this is invalid. I don't understand why. Let's just do this. All right, let's go see what dbconfig has. Maybe. Nope, it's not even carrying what. I'm not even passing any parameters to it. Load dbconfig. And it's even the same info. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Why does simulator main.go have an issue with dbconfig? Oh, I'm feeling pressured already. Thursdays always make me feel so pressured. Because I want to get so much done. And then I know tomorrow I can't work again until Sunday after tomorrow night. After 5 o'clock tomorrow, I'm done until Sunday or Saturday night. And I doubt I'll be doing much Saturday night. Looking at your code, there's discrepancy in how the simulator service handles database configurations compared to your other services. Really? How is it being different? Another service is calling new store with the full dbconfig object. But in simulator store.go, oh, so something about my store.go file. This means your simulator service can't use the authentication credentials in dbconfig because it's only using the URI. Oh! Well, don't be dumb then, man. Fix that. So the problem is the new store function, not the main function. And I don't have formations. Why does ugh. This is what I get for copying services. I'm not going to do that no more. We're not doing that anymore. I'm quitting on that nonsense. New store. All right, new store. Get rid of these formations crap because simulator doesn't use formations, and it's getting caught up in all of the nonsense. All right, we don't need this. Game states is fine. Counters, game states, simulators. C data, initial game state, C data. Hey, main.go is green. We've gotten through. We've made another file green. Yay, me. Where is Mongo store defined? Oh, is this the Mongo store? You don't have formations. Go away. And I don't technically have simulators either. Simulators. So I should either call them game sims, simulations, or games. So that's what they're going to be called. They're either going to be called games, simulations, or game simulations. Or simulated games. Call simulated games. Can't be simulated games though, because some of them are in progress. Game simulations. I know my service is called simulator, but that's more of a verb. It's a master job. It's like this thing simulates. It is a simulator, but that is not what the objects are that it's creating. Which is probably out of the ordinary when you think about it. No, because I'm not creating streamers either. So I'll try to think about other things. Players, playbooks, coaches. And nope, I'm not creating coaches in the coach one either. So there's no coach in there. In fact, the coach character is stored in the player's service, not the coach service. The coach service is different. So yeah, it's not created. But I think so simulators, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to change it to simulations. Let's call it simulations. Because then it at least kind of goes sort of with the thing. Simulations. We'll do that. I like that better. Simulations. So we're going to go like that. And there's nothing else break. Oh, simulations. Game states, disconnect. Any other nonsense as a result of that change. Yep. Anywhere else? No. Okay. I think we're good. I mean, I may have caused some problems. I don't know. Let's see if there's any other simulators. Simulators. Oh, I do have other simulators. What is that? Oh. Simulator service. Which one is this? Simulator. Okay, I don't know what the heck that's showing me. Simulator. Oh, let's do the whole word. Okay, there are no more. Okay, that's what I think is the problem. Nick, let's look correctly at things, man. You're making it way too hard when you do stuff like that. You gotta get on top of it and stop making it so hard. I see, says the blind man. Alright. Streamer.proto. Let's go, let's see, cd space common make gen. Alright, let's make sure that that's all up to date. And then we're going to close this guy up again. Go all the way down here to my store. Still have a bajillion problems wrong with this service.go. Alright, I want to see if I have any more formations crap in here. We got to get rid of that. Find a folder. Formations. Wait, that's in the simulator? Did I even copy that? Jeez, Ken. Because the playbook has the formations in it. I even copied it in here. Sheesh. All right, what else I got? Formations. Really? Prefix formation. In a simulator? Oh. Yeah, I don't even have that. I have game state, play. What do I got? Prefix play? Oh, play result. Play type? Why do I have a play type? Route action result. Route action result. Oh yeah, I had to keep track of that. I totally forgot about that. Route action result. All right, so we're gonna call it play result. Sure. We're gonna actually call it play result, just so that I have something that makes more sense. Play. It's really not a simulator either. Prefix. Game state. And then we're going to go play result. And then we're going to go play log. I don't even know why I would need to play log entry, but all right. And then we're going to go. What do I want for what am I storing for the player? I still don't. Oh, player log. Really, I don't know if I need player log. Cause I got the player ID. What is the player log gonna do? I mean, I don't know that I need a player log. What do I need a player log for? Because I'm going to have the player ID already, so if I want to get all of his information, I just pull it out of the play log. The only reason I could see having a player log is because I'm probably going to dump the log, the play log, at times. Because I don't know if I want to keep the all-time history of play. And I'm not keeping all player log. I'm only keeping like league and career player log. So is that a different version of the player? I would probably need to know. Ooh, that's true. I might need to know if it's what kind of game type it is. I didn't even think about that. And I think the reason why I would want to have a player log is just so that I think I need to have game state needs to tell me the game type, because I'm going to purge all non-essential game types. Like if you do a quick play, that's going to get purged. Because I'm not keeping any of that data. It doesn't apply, it doesn't help your characters, doesn't do anything for them. If certain types of games will qualify as experience builders for your players, but some of them are just for fun. You just go head to head, take your team against someone else's team. They get to play against each other. But I don't want to have. I'm not gonna keep all that data. So I think my game state needs to have another value. We're gonna have it called game type. And that'll go, I don't know, somewhere else. Game type. And we'll call this a int 32. Sure. I wonder if I should have it be just generic, like have a simple like a game type, recorded, or now play progression data won't be kept. That's the one that's really big because it's like every single action that needs to be taken care of. But recorded, we'll call it recorded. Or how about stat? How about bool? Let's put this in as bool. And then we'll call this one stats affecting. And stats affecting for now means I keep all the results from the plays, but I don't keep the results from the play progress log, because that stuff will get purged. The only time I'll keep this is if I'm going to make replay feature, a replay feature, so that somebody can kind of go, you know, they can run a game again, or maybe they simmed a game and they go, oh, that looked like a really interesting game, I want to watch it. You know, they can start the game up and rewatch it. But it's only, I'm only keeping those for a little while, but because it's going to be too much data overhead. But it's I'm thinking keep like 1 week or 24 hours or something like that worth of play progress logs, allowing people the opportunity to watch a game if they want to. But the goal is to make the game fun to watch. And I would just call it like replay, and then it would say date of game or something like that, so that you have some kind of a proof that you can't interact with it. You can interact with a live sim, but you can't interact with a replay, because that would be silly. So yeah, you can't have any effect on the outcome. But I still don't think I need a player log. I'm getting rid of player log. I don't have any need for it. I don't know why I was thinking that I was going to keep that. Oh, I think that's necessary. Because I think players will just pull their data from the play results. Oh, you know what though? Where are they going to get it? I may have to have play progress log. Huh. You know what? I am going to need I'm going to need to keep that. I just realized my play results don't keep the player. In fact, there's no easy way to get player data. Only the play progress log would know that stuff. Darn it. And I'm not going to keep the entire play progress log. I just want to keep the end result. So I'm going to have logic that says keep basically the result. I'm going to have to know who does what, and that will log, you know, like who the quarterback is, and I have to log all the different players and actions and their stats, and I got to keep that by using the player log. Gosh. And that means every route action has to have an entry. Or at least some kind. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Let's stay away from it. I do need a player log. I'm actually going to put a comment in here and say what it is. Player log will be to record all. I gotta mark it down just for, you know, memory. Player log will be to record all the individual stats for game types equal to stats affecting. Is it effecting? No, an effect. Affecting. It's affecting. Affecting. I probably don't. I'm pretty sure that I got that wrong. It's not. It's stat. Oh, I did put that right. I spelled it right. What do you know? Okay, never mind. My brain got it right, or my hands got it right. Equals stats affecting. Equals true. So I should probably call this stats affecting, not game type. Stats affecting. Game state, stats affecting. Oh my gosh, it's 10:10. My day's gone. Game state. Dot. Stats affecting equals true. Okay. And according to this world, it's equals or triple equals. I don't know. So I got to keep things like whether or not a player lost his block. It's really not about whether they failed their blocks. It's whether or not their player got to the quarterback. How do I do that? I'm going to have to keep stats like allowed a sack. And then sacks allowed by a player, which you can kind of keep track of a little bit. Because if a player engages another player in a block, but that player that they engage sacks the quarterback, then that player gets sacks allowed because they did not successfully engage the player. Well, I'm going to have to do all kinds of interesting logic to capture some of these stats. I mean, it's not going to be hard. It's just little convoluted. Because I'm going to have to be like the last player to engage him, because maybe the first guy is just a bump and run and his job is just to slow him down. You know, whatever. And that's not something you can really track, whether or not that was successful. Because that's not their job. Their job is just to hinder them. Now, whether or not quarterback sees that they're failing it all the time is a whole other thing. But I don't know how you would even track that. Maybe if you do like a bump check that they held the block for the first impact, the first test. They got to hold it for at least one. If you fail on your bump, which means you don't hold it for any, yeah, I can see that. Do at least one successful block on a character. And then, because during the course of a play, there's like, what was it? Like 16 iterations in a play. That's the logic I found online. Is like if you're doing animations on a football play or something like that, you might do like 16 animations per second or per well, maybe it's per second. 16 checks per second? No, it can't be that many. That'd be a lot. But a second is a long time. I mean, you can cover a lot can happen in a second, but I don't know. We'll worry about it later. But yeah, I have to capture a lot of stuff in there, and it's going to be all the individual stats that I can possibly capture. I want to be effective. I want to be able to capture all the cool stuff. You can go, is this guy making his blocks? I need to get a new blocker because this guy sucks. He's allowed 15 sacks this season. Out of the 16 I was sacked, this guy let them all through. He's out of here. I haven't had enough of that nonsense. All right, so I just need to have this. So basically it came down to adding stats affecting. Let's go get this in there. I got to go all the way back over to here, go all the way back up here, and go to API, and go to Simulator. And then we got to go to my game state, which, oh, that's the current state of the game, not the, do I actually, really? That's all we're keeping? I don't feel right. I have a feeling some of this is going to be wrong. Because why do we only have, yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. Some of that stuff is broken. All right, where were we? Go run game or go back to service. All right. So that fixed the main.go. Let's go look at service issues. We have the first issue is coach service client. I may not actually have this defined. Simulator is going to have to call the coach. I'm just letting my typos ride, man. Call the coach. So going to need a coach service client. Oh, it's 10:15. I'm so bummed out. Okay, so I don't usually DoorDash on Fridays, so I'm planning a significant day of work tomorrow. I'm going to go for I want to say an 8-hour day of coding tomorrow. That means 8 to 4 or 8 to 5 with an hour break to do other stuff. Can I do it? I don't know if I can do it. 8 to 4. Maybe I break it up into 3 parts if I do 8 to 4. That'll give me, I can do a couple 15-minute breaks. And yeah, I just got so many things I got to do. I got to work on some shorts to get some promotion on this thing. Maybe 6 hours. It's going to be tough. So if I go 8 to 5 tomorrow, 8 to 5 gives me 9 hours to work with. And then if I go for 6 hours, I can get 3 hours of other stuff done during the day. But well, I got to start at 8. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because my mornings are pretty booked. I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. I'll try it. We'll see if I can do it. 6 hours. I've done 5 hours in a day, no problem. I've done that a few times. But 6? And I don't think I'm going to do it all in one stream go, but I want to do like maybe 8 to 11 and then do some other stuff till 1. And then I can go 1 to 4 or 5. Or maybe I go 11 to, I don't know, something like that. What can I do? I feel like I can get a lot done in a full day. I get going. All right, so anyway, service.go, simulator service.go, create client. I'm not doing that one already, service.go. Didn't I do that, coach client? You create a coach client in new service. Yeah, I know. But this client isn't stored in the service struct. There's no field for it. Instead, in run game simulation, you call get coach client, which creates a new connection each time. Oh. Modify the service struct to include the client fields and use them consistently. Then update your helper methods to use this persistent clients instead of creating new ones. And update your helper methods. All right, so we're going to take this guy, which I thought I was doing. Apparently I did it wrong. So where am I? Service.go? Modify the service struct to include the client fields and use them consistently. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to add it to the service. Huh. Okay. And then update your helper methods, which I think are way down here. I think they're like at the bottom. Wait. I think it's actually called helper methods. Yep, there's one. Get team position. Get team position? I think some of these are garbage. Oh, really? Okay, it says I've already got these. I can never find them. Thought I... Right. Get... Coach. Oh, there it is. Get coach. Oh, I see. How's that different? Oh, I see. Funk. Wait, that's the call to it, though. That's not the right declaration. Where else is that created? Are those in store? Where the heck is that? Get coach client. It's right there, but that is the call to it, not the actual function. Where is it in store? All right, I don't know where this is. It says update them. And it says it's already declared. So the question is, where the heck is it? Get coach client. Oh, it's in the run game method. Got it. All right. Take that. Put in there. And we got get playbook client, which is fine. Have to do that too. Actually, I don't know. Does this, under what scenario does the run game need to get the playbook? Coach is going to return the plays. It's going to read the plays. It's going to call the plays, send them back to the ID. I think the only thing that needs to call the playbook is the play itself, because you're going to call the run play to get the results, but only the play cares about the play, not the game. So I don't know that the game needs to get the play, because the run game's going to pass the ID to the game to the run play, and the run play is going to go get the play it needs to run. So get coach client. Oh, but these are the gets. Oh, it's a playbook client. I don't need the call playbook service to get play types. Do I need that? What do I need the play types for? Simulate the actual play with the run play logic. I don't think I need that. I'm gonna let the run play get that stuff. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I just need to give it the play IDs that it's called. Offensive play ID, defensive play ID, and I don't care about this other one. Get rid of that. Oops. What did I do? Oh, I see. And I don't really know. Like I said, I think I need get playbook client. I don't need that. I'm not passing the play type in. That's just a whole. I'm going to do that. I'm going to let the play worry about the play type. We don't need this. Go away. Actually, we might need that later. I'll put that in the run play logic. The run play logic is going to be over here, and we will put this nonsense in here somewhere. And this is the one that's going to have a lot of me going in there and just figuring out how to make it function. That's what that's going to be. I already know the code kind of sort of works, but it's not designed for what I'm doing. So all right, so for the game state, represent the current state of the game. Yes, but I'm going to have a default game state ID, or I'm going to have to provide something to the play, or even the play log, that tells me that I got a log, that I'm going to have to log the play results. Because certain types of games, like head-to-head, I'm not going to keep, there's no going back on head-to-head. Unless it's a league game. But league games will be stats affecting. Pretty much all games will be, only league games I think are going to be stats affecting. Or maybe I might have something like a, what do they call them? Not a scrimmage game. Not really stats affecting, but I could have some that are training affecting, but maybe I'll just have those affect the training. It does stuff to the training, but that's not stats affecting. I think only league games would be stats affecting. So, yeah. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:27. Time is flying. It's getting away from me, man. All right, where are we at? What else is broken here? Wait. What did I miss? Let's try a save all. That sometimes fixes some stuff. Oh, did that actually fix? How come that coloring? It's not green. How come it's orange or whatever that is? It's different from the red. It's like it's in this. Wait, all right, so this means untracked. This means, oh, there it goes. I knew there was something weird. 8 problems. I just hadn't figured them out yet. Untracked just means it needs to be recorded, but okay, so we still have some problems with my coach service client. It's possible it's not in my proto. Did I not put it in the proto? I bet you it's not in my proto. Because PB is the common files, which means it's got to be up here in my simulator. But your helper methods are creating new connections. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Solution. Update the methods to use your existing clients. But I thought I did that. What are you talking about? Additional improvements. Oh, I can add hair handling. But that's... Update the helper method. I did. I tell you I did, man. I know I did. Get coach... client. I'm going to close that one. Why is that open? Stop it. Alright, you're getting me mad. We're going to close all others. Close others. Why is this? Oh, because it's showing me what the replacement will be? I don't want to need that. Go away. There we go. Huh. Confusing. All right, so we got get coach client. How is that different? Func S service. Oh, that's not the one I want. I want this one. And this one is in run game. I could have swore I replaced this already. What are you doing? It doesn't look different. Get coach client. Huh, that is so weird. Okay, fine. Thought I did that though. Get playbook client. Now get playbook client might be wrong because I don't think I deleted it from the previous playbook client. Yeah, so if it's in the run play, it's in the wrong place. So this shouldn't even be here. But in the, oh, run play. No, run play is correct, but that's the wrong one. I could have swore I just did this. Did I just, like, totally fart it out? Man. Brain fart? What the heck happened there? I don't understand. What am I doing? What is wrong with me, man? What did I do? It doesn't make any sense. How I could have possibly... I must be getting loopy because it's so late at night. Additional improvements. Add air handling. Well, I could add air handling. What I really need to do is add unit testing. Because Ariano is going to yell at me if I don't get some unit testing in here. I don't want that. I don't want Ariano yelling at me. He's kind of mean when he wants to yell at people. All right. Got a bunch of problems still here. It still doesn't like this. It says it's undeclared. Playbook service client. Now that one exists somewhere. Where is that one at? PB playbook service client. PB playbook service client. Okay, well, I know Playbook Service Client is a thing. Oh, probably not that, though. Service to go run game. There it is. Where's the proto, though? Gateway. Playbook, go, go, go. So it must be playbook proto, like I thought. Okay, so we're going to go to common. Common, streamer. All right, why isn't it in there? Coach service client is getting an undefined error. The playbook one is not. Oh, but playbook is going to be defined. No, that's all right. In the playbook? Playbook service. Coach proto. Oh, it is a coach proto problem. So client must just be a standard add. Oh, did I not? Oh my gosh, do I not actually have a coach proto? I don't even have a coach proto. Oh my golly. How do I not have a coach proto? I guess I haven't, now that I think about it, I guess I haven't actually ran anything from coach yet. Probably be good if I had one of those. I don't know, man. It's just getting late. I'm starting to make goofy mistakes or goofy things. Noticed. Generate the protocol buffer files up, and then that's probably not in the make file, and that probably didn't create anything. Did I not put coach in here? Nope, didn't put coach in there. API/coach.proto. Try this again. Now what? It's already defined. Wait, it is defined. What? Consult game plan request. Auth, game plan, playbook, system settings, user account, streamer, simulator, coach, huh? So wait, it gave me double declarations? Consult game plan request. Consult game plan. How come it gave me two? Oh, one's response, one's game plan. Oh. Consult game plan request seems to be defined in the API game plan proto. Why would that be? Okay, there's something. I mean, so the consult game plan has to be a call from the coach. Maybe I don't need this. Okay. File workspace. I got to stop doing this. Oh, good. I get to have cheap viewers. Hey, that doesn't do me any good if they're cheap. Ha 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 ha. Consult game plan should be a function call to the game plan service, but it seems consult game plan request response is set up in the game plan. So probably does not need to be in both coach and game plan. All right, this is it. That's it. This is it. Drinking my water and I'm going to bed. It's just this desire to get lots done, and I'm feeling like I'm making good progress. I'm close to getting I'm see, I'm so tired. Getting my simulator working and my pieces all plugged in. Looking at your code structure and protocol buffer definitions, let me clarify how the coach service and game plan service should interact. You have game plan service and game plan proto stores and manages game plans. Has get game plan and create or update game plan RPCs used for CRUD operations on game plans. Implements game plan decision logic. Has consult game plan. Also has check user play commands for user inputs. Right, the correct pattern. Your correct setup is actually the right approach. Hey yourself, man. What are you going to say? You're going to go to bed? No, tell me. I need to go to bed, but I'm trying to. I want to do it. So I just keep finding new things. I can get one more thing done. So I keep telling myself, just one more thing. It's like playing a video game. I can go around one more door or kill one more guy or one more group. I can upgrade my guys. I can do one more little thing. And I'll be in bed in 5 minutes. 3 hours later. That's what I need. I need one of those. I need to get me one of those SpongeBob screens. 2 hours later. And I'm gonna take one of my videos, and this I'm gonna start injecting those. I'm just gonna cut out big chunks of code, big chunks of me just doing stuff, and to try to find places where I say 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes or 1 hour, and then I'll have 3 hours later, and have me finally getting to that point where I said I'll just cut out all the time in the middle. Just clean up my nonsense. All right, so what is it saying though? Okay, so it says I'm good, but then I have to fix this. Probably just remove it from the game plan then. So game plan proto probably doesn't need the consult game plan stuff then. I'll probably get rid of all of these game plan consultations. Getting a game plan is different from consulting it. So I could probably get rid of this consult game plan request. That probably goes away. Let's see what it says. I think it's going to say the same thing. Get, create. So they both do need the definition. We just need to share it. All right, so we need it on both. Okay, so we need to update the game plan one to do this. I'm not sure how that's different. And then we're going to go to the coach. And we're going to say what are these? Are both RPCs. So we're going to take both the RPCs. Put them both here. Then we're going to go down here and we're going to go, let's see, selected consult game plan response. Check user play commands request. And consult game plan response. Consult game plan request. Consult game plan response. Remove the consult game plan request definition entirely from this file. Okay. And we're doing an import on this other one. So we're going to go this guy. Add this import. I don't need the word add this import. All right, let's try this again. All right, we've now got all of our proto files for all of our currently functional services, or currently planning to be functional services. Simulator, how's Simulator doing? Still only have 2 items that are, well, showing as not, I don't know why they're technically not green, but they aren't showing as bad, which I guess is good. We got run game, still got an issue. Run play. We have service, which has still got some issues. I still don't understand why coach service isn't working, but I gotta go to bed. I'm calling it. I gotta call it till tomorrow.